So M is greater, V is smaller, and hence P will be greater. That means density will be greater, and hence iron is more dense than calcium. Now iron has a higher melting point than calcium. So just let me tell you, we have metallic bonding. So metallic bonding is basically a lattice of ions. These are ions, the metal ions, the lattice of metal ions, surrounded by a sea of delocalized electrons. So this is my sea of delocalized electrons throughout my structure. Yeah. So metallic bonding is basically these are let me just make it clear that these are the metal ions. So I'll write plus over here. Okay, so we have metal ions surrounded by a sea of delocalized electrons, and a metallic bond is basically the force of attraction between these ions and this sea of delocalized electrons. So if you look at iron, it is the Fe3 plus ion is the more common. Is more common because it is more stable than the Fe2 plus ion. If you know that all compounds that contain, most compounds that contain the Fe2 plus ion, they oxidize to form the Fe3 plus ion. So the Fe3 plus ion is more stable. So if we take this Fe3 plus ion and compare it to a Ca2 plus ion, because calcium forms Ca2 plus only, and iron forms Fe3 plus and Fe2 plus. Okay, so this is so if we compare Ca2 plus with Fe3 plus, we know this is a greater charge and this is a smaller charge than 3 plus, and we also know that the iron ion is smaller in radius, like we just deduced. The Fe3 plus ion will be smaller in radius than the Ca2 plus ion due to greater atomic charge because it has more protons in its nucleus. So the Fe3 plus ion has more protons in its nucleus, so it will have a greater atomic charge, and that's why the force of attraction between the metal ions and the sea of delocalized electrons will be larger in case of iron. So the metallic bonds will be larger. The metallic bonds will be stronger, and hence iron will have a higher melting point. Even if we compare Ca2 plus with Fe2 plus, then we know that the iron will be smaller than the Ca2 plus ion, as we just deduced. And the smaller the metal ion, the stronger the metallic bonds. Just remember this correlation. The stronger the metal ion, the larger the stronger the metallic bonds, because the distance between the delocalized electrons and the nucleus will be smaller if the radius of the ion is smaller, and hence we will have so we'll have a stronger bond in case of Fe3 plus and Fe2 plus compared to Ca2 plus. And due to the stronger metallic bonds, the melting point of iron is higher. So just remember these explanations, and just remember the explanation for density, and you will be good to go. These questions are usually for 2 marks, and I think you can do it now. Okay, so chemical properties of transition elements. Very important again. We'll be using these in the rates of reaction chapters as well, the reaction kinetics chapter when we are doing catalysis. So transition elements and compounds of transition elements are often used as catalysts. So if you remember the Haber process, we used iron as a catalyst to react nitrogen and hydrogen to form ammonia. And if you remember the contact process, we used vanadium pentoxide as a catalyst. So in the Haber process, we used a transition element which was Fe. We used the element itself, the iron. We used iron itself, and in the contact process, we used a compound of a transition element. So we used V2O5, which is vanadium pentoxide. So V2O5, vanadium pentoxide, and this was used in the contact process, this catalyst, Vanadium is a transition element. It has an atomic number of 23,